Fam, thank you for choosing to watch this episode of Mind the Mic podcast. Before we get into it, though, I need you to hit subscribe. And not just me, the whole Mind the Mic podcast family needs you to. Maddie, Uncle Pete, Stu, Lekka, and of course myself, Shubz, and anybody else that's on board by the time you watch this video, we need you to hit subscribe. If it's your first time here, I understand if you're a bit reserved and you're like, I don't know, watch the video and after subscribe if you want to. But if you're here and you're watching all the time, subscribe. It's not that hard. All you got to do is, if you're watching on your TV, you're like, I can't subscribe, I don't have an account. You have a phone, don't you? I know you have a phone in your hand right now. Grab the phone, create a YouTube account. It takes a couple minutes, and then you can subscribe. And when you do that too, hit the notification bell so you can get notified every time we put up a new episode. I asked this of you because we put in so much time. We've done hundreds of episodes. We plan on doing thousands more with as many amazing people as we can. But we need you to subscribe, fam. Big love to everybody that's been watching. Big love to everybody that's been supporting and anybody that's just arrived. I hope you enjoy the journey, enjoy the episode, and subscribe. Hey, welcome back to another Mind the Mic podcast. I'm your host, Shubz, here with a very special guest, an Aussie bloke, an everyday Aussie bloke that went from construction to just traveling the world, doing whatever he wants, whenever he wants, going wherever he wants to, whenever he wants to. The bro, Chris King. How are you, brother?
I'm very good, mate. Very, very good. Very excited for this.
Oh, beautiful, brother. No, it's a pleasure to have you on, Cuzzy. I guess for anybody out there that doesn't know who you are, Cuzzy, can you give us a little background, a little synopsis on yourself?
Yep. So on social media, I am Kingsaussieadventure. Got a bit of a Instagram, work online, all that sort of stuff. But it wasn't like this forever. I used to just, work in construction, like you said. And that was my life. Go to work, make ends meet, do the things. And I decided that wasn't the life I wanted to live. I wanted to become a traveler. I wanted to live my life to the absolute fullest. And for the last year and a half now, I've been traveling around Australia full time in my caravan, been bloody living it up. I'm here in Japan at the moment and just making the absolute most out of life.
Oh, well, arigato gozaimasu. Let's go. Japan, baby. So what was life like? Obviously, we get into all of that, but what was life like for a young Chris King? Like, where were you born and raised? And
Yep. So I was just born in a small country town called Mildura in Australia, Victoria.
They got juice, brother. They make juice there or something.
Yeah, they got the juice.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I was born in Mildura, and look, Mum had me when she was very young. She actually lost her virginity and fell pregnant with me at 16. The connection between me and my mum wasn't always the best. So it was just me and her. Never really had a dad in my life. Always moved around. I went to about 8 or 9 different primary schools. So never really had like a solid friend group. I was always moving around, always going to new places, always meeting new people. It was good, but as I got older, I never really had the good old friends from back in the day. You know what I mean? And
brother, I fully understand. I went to 17 and not trying to up, yeah. But I understand the feeling of when people go, "Oh yeah, my mate since we've been mates since 5 years old." Like you can't relate to that shit, eh? So fucking, I ain't got that.
So I was a bit of a troubled child, always running amok, always causing drama, especially throughout high school. A bit of a class clown. Never went to class. Always got kicked out. Always getting in trouble. Like there'd be some days, I'd walk in the classroom and first thing in the morning, and the teacher's like, "Get out." I'm like, what the fuck, And
true.
I don't even want to deal with you. I don't want to deal with you today, whatever. Because
you hadn't even said anything. Like just boom, gone.
Morning, miss. Get the fuck out.
Oh, bro, I thought I was bad. Holy damn.
Yeah, so ran a bit of a muck, always causing trouble, always skipping class, always doing all that sort of stuff. Never done any work. Like I remember when I finished in year 10, I went and got my books out of my locker, and I had books in there from year 7 that didn't even have my name on them. Like I did no work at all. Just
all good, brother.
Yeah, who needs it? Who needs it? So
that's it, because it wasn't made for you. Because school ain't for everybody. Hey,
that's
brother.
it, man. So was never really a smart child as such for the book side. Can't read, can't write, can't spell, still can't. So naturally, I just went into the trade, become a carpenter by trade, went and got qualified. And I was looking down that path for a long time. I was, getting right into it. And I was actually doing all right. I had a few boys working for me. So I went qualified, got my ticket, and I started to do a few jobs for myself. And, some of that was concreting. And then I ended up turning into like a full-time concreter. And I had a few boys working for me. And like in the sense of like a traditional job, I was doing very well for myself. I bought my first house at, I think, 19 or 20 years old. I had it all happening. And look, I was willing to do that for another 30 to 40 years like everybody else is. That's what we get taught. Everybody gets taught, you have to get a job, you have to work your ass off, and then you can live your life when you retire.
That's the system, brother. Your system wants you to work. It wants you to study so you can work inside the system until you're old. Build the system more. Be old and broken. That's why we're so told to sit down, shut up, line up if we want to fucking at school. We put our hands up if we want to speak. All of that shit. That's all systematic. I understand, brother, what you're saying.
And that's why I didn't do well in school, because I didn't want to listen to any of that bullshit.
I fucking know.
So I was running my own business for a bit, and then I came across an ad on social media. Ads pop up, people traveling, living a dream lifestyle. You think it's a load of shit, and I was the same. I was like, nah, who are these guys? I'm out here busting my ass every single day, and I was a bit of a pisshead at that time, bit of a piss wreck. Loved it, loved getting on it, loved drinking, doing all the other sort of shit, But then my partner at the time fell pregnant. We had our daughter, obviously not together anymore. But when my daughter was born, it really pulled me head in. And it was like the first couple of months of her being alive, I was still drinking, I was still going to work, and I started to miss out a little bit. And I was like, this isn't happening. I'm not being that 60-year-old fucking old bastard on the job site that missed out on his kid grow up, still a piss wreck, still has no money. I don't want to live that life. So that's when I reached out and joined the online business that I'm a part of now, and dove head first, man. I was able to retire myself, retire my partner, travel as a family for an entire year, live an absolute dream lifestyle. But shit hit the fan. We're not together anymore. I can't really say too much. Court and all that sort of shit, But yeah, long story short, I am continuing to travel on my own. And I've been absolutely loving it, living it up, making the most out of life. And it just goes to show, if you can't read, write, or spell, doesn't matter. Just start a fucking online business.
Hard, brother. The power's in our hands, cuz these days, right there, brother. Bit of a laptop and a bloody phone, and where you go. Maybe even just the phone. And I guess in a lot of ways, we're fortunate to live in this time, because those opportunities didn't exist for, say, our parents or grandparents, brother, that wasn't around. So,
and that's why they don't believe in it. That's why they don't support
100.
it. That's why they don't
system. Yes, that's it, brother. 100, because they're the biggest pushback is usually, how you gonna like support yourself, and like, you know what I mean? Like, that's not a real job. Like, what's a real job? One that pays you, right? Like, or why do I want to even have a job? You know what I mean? Maybe I just want to, like, do what you're doing, being a nomad, and fucking how good, brother? How good? What was what you seen this ad, and because obviously those that's not the first probably one that you would have come across. Like, they would have what made you actually click in, brother, and or stay there and
so
actually check it out?
The people that were traveling, they were from my hometown.
Gotcha.
Well, it can't be that fucking, it can't be that much bullshit. If they're from the same hometown, if we got mates and mates, like, I might as well click onto it and have a look. What's the worst that can happen? I'm just sending a message. I'm just watching a couple of videos. And, fast forward fucking 2 years, I've completely turned my life around. I actually, yesterday I marked 15 months of me being completely sober as well.
Ooh.
Started up at the gym. It's just completely changed my life, man.
Wow, brother. Power to you. Basically, from going to party animal to now he's partying up on Mount Fuji. Hey, brother.
That's it. I actually climbed that like 2 days ago.
Yeah, I seen, brother. Yeah, I seen. Good. Were you a mountain climber growing up too? Or?
Oh, nah. I'd normally climb on roofs and fucking
yeah.
That. But ever since traveling, man, I love going for a hike, climbing a mountain, going for a camp, getting outdoors in nature, whatever it is, man. Like I do so many different things, so many different adventures. Like if someone says to me, let's go do this, I've never done it. I don't even think I would like it. I'll go do it anyway, man. You know, you always say yes to opportunities. Like when you message me, man, fuck yeah, let's do it. You know,
brother. Yeah, I love that because I love that attitude. Has there been something that, like you said, maybe you're not interested, and then you took that opportunity and, like, you know what I mean, it opened your mind? Can you think of anything like that on the journey so far?
The online.
That was the one. Yeah.
That was the one, man.
Yeah.
Because it goes to show, man. Like you say yes to one thing, and it can completely change your life. And like it can be as simple as sending one message, saying hello to someone down the street, taking a photo with someone, just doing something. It literally, you don't understand it until it happens. Like you can't connect it looking forward. You can't go, all right, if I go talk to Joe Blow over there, he's going to do this and I'm going to do that, and it's going to work like that. You won't be able to know that until a year or two later on down the track. You'll be like, fuck, remember when we spoke to each other here? Yeah, and then you invited me to this place, and then this happened, and then you connected me with him, and then this and that, and now we're on a fucking super yacht doing this and that. Like it all just makes sense after it's all happened. So I speak to just about anyone that's willing to have a conversation. I have a photo with anyone that wants a photo. I go on a hike. I meet up with people. Like I get people that message my page and say, hey man, you're in my town, because I travel in the caravan. I didn't know you were in my town. We should catch up. Yep, no worries. Like I'm fucking down for anything, man, because you just never know.
Yeah, well, that's it. You never know where an opportunity will lead you to. You know what I mean? Like you said, saying yes, even just on this little journey here on this little podcast that I've created. Because my goal is to create the biggest podcast in the world. Because I've filmed 300 and plus of these in 6 months. But not 300 willy nilly, 300 of value. Like talking to some amazing people like yourself. You even said the sister Larissa, who you met and who use in the same space, and obviously got to go on stage as well in Japan. Like, or even like, people like her and yourself and so many other interesting humans from all walks of life doing interesting stuff, brother. And just from, me just saying, just telling myself to do it, cuz telling myself, message as many cool people as I see. If I open my Instagram and I see someone like you, so you just follow, and just watch a few stories, and I've seen this follow a little bit, and then let's give them a message, and here we are, cuzzy, and then who knows where the next one leads to, and even I think even when you said, oh, you had Larissa on, like even that was cool, like the fact that you knew who she was, and that. Nah, I'm with you, cuz say yes and give it a crack. You just never know.
What's the worst that can happen? Like,
oh,
and I've found in life, like there's never anything that's happened in my life, and probably for just about anyone watching or listening, there's never anything that happens that you would regret not happening, because I've had some tragic shit happen to me, and I've gone through some stuff, and as bad as it is, I wouldn't change it, because it turns you into the person you need to become. I wouldn't be able to live this lifestyle if I didn't go through the shit that I went through. Not so many people can sacrifice and can give up a lot of the things that I've had to give up to be able to live this life, but everybody wants to be able to live that life. And the worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to learn something. All right, something goes wrong, it doesn't work out for you. You've learned a fucking lesson. You've learned what not to do. Try the other options of what might work. If that doesn't work, you've learned what not to do again.
Yes, and just rinse, repeat, baby. I like it, cuz but you're growing, eh? And in those failures is where you learn the most, usually, or the down, times. The happy times is the reward for the sacrifice or the lessons that you learn along the journey.
100%, man. And when people, because I got a bit of a team under me and all that sort of stuff in the business, and like my team will come to me and they're like, oh, this isn't working, that's not working. I've got dramas with the missus, the car, and this and that. I'm like, good. That's fucking awesome. They're like, what do you mean? That's good.
What's wrong with you, Chris?
you want the bad shit, because you know what's on the other side? The good stuff. But you can't do the things you love without doing some of the stuff you hate. You can't get the things you want to do without doing the things you don't want to do. You know what I mean? It works both ways.
Bro, that's it. Even like, again, relating it back to this, what I said, I did one yesterday, and people were like, oh, what do you might like, you say that it doesn't feel like work, like what I'm doing, like just doing this and recording and talking to cool people. I was like, yeah, it doesn't. But so they think, oh, does that mean it's easy? No, it's not easy, because like sometimes I'm not sleeping, because sometimes I'm up 20 hours a day doing this. And also, I don't like writing descriptions. I don't even like messaging all the people heap over and over and over. But it's what you gotta do. This is what I enjoy, sitting here and talking to you. But you gotta do a bit of, we call it mahi. You gotta do a bit of mahi to get there, cuz.
That's it, man. You look at any successful person in the entire world. They didn't get there from a fucking handout. They didn't get there from, just having it easy. Some of the most successful, famous, rich people in the world have had the worst upbringing ever, have had the most tragic things happen to them. But they wouldn't change it.
But they made it through, brother. They made it through, cuz.
What else are you going to do? What else? You got no option. You got to go through the shit, man. I've said this to a lot of people, and this is probably like one of my big life lessons that I've learned over the last few years is whatever happens in your life, good or bad, you got two options. All right, let's just say the bad, because why not? First option is you can go, oh, poor me. Why did this happen to me? Me, this, poor, that, fucking just play victim the whole time. Or you can cop it on the chin, get on with it, enjoy yourself, go through the process, and just make the most out of it. It doesn't matter what one you do. You still have to go through whatever you're going through. Like, it doesn't matter. And this relates to, like, my daughter, because I haven't seen my daughter in over 3 months now, and it's still going to be a couple more months. And I'm going through this shit. It's tragic, man. It's fucking shit. At the end of the day, I can be a sad sack of shit and go, poor me, I don't get to see her, it's the end of the world. Or I can go, fuck this, I'm going to live the absolute best life. I'm going to travel. I'm going to make the most out of it. And like I said, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what option I choose. I still can't see her. I still have to go through it. I still have to deal with it. So I might as well fucking enjoy it. I might as well make the most out of it.
Fuck, that was powerful, cuz. I loved it. Brother. That was powerful, cuzzy. Straight up. That's on, brother. And I hope that resonates with a lot of people that listen too, cuz, because that was beautiful, cuz, and well said. And I think, bro, even I needed to hear that, to be honest. Just, been struggling a little bit with a little some, brother. But like, yeah, at the end of the day, fucking get on with it, which I usually do. But fucking, let it get to me this morning, which is why I fucking was late for you today. Which, again, apologies, my bro.
That's all good, man. Look,
but
we all got our demons. We've all got things that we're battling with. We've all got our own dramas. We've got our own shit. And
of course, look, humans.
As bad as it sounds, like, you just need to get the fuck on with it. Like, just
it's real, cuz. It's real. Either way.
Shit, like, and this, goes back to the old man being a man. Just fucking cop it on the chin, get on with it, mate. And like, as real as it is, man, like, it doesn't matter what fucking happens. And like, ever since going through this shit with my daughter, since I've gone, like, I'm on the arse end of it now. Since I've gone through this, there is nothing in this fucking world that is going to stop me from achieving what I want to achieve in life. There is nothing that's going to hold me back. There's nothing that's going to get in my way, because I've gone through the worst of the worst. I've hit the rock bottom. And when you hit rock bottom, man, the only way out is up. Once you go up, once you get past all that bullshit, the world is in the palm of your hands, man. And once people go through the bullshit and they actually get through it, they realize life isn't that fucking bad.
Fucking oath, brother. Yes. That was on, cuzzy. See, might have to just snip it there and put it on my bloody video list every day just to have a listen when I'm feeling a bit of a suki baba. I have to play that one, cuz. Get the fuck on with it, son. Hey, Chris King, baby. Kingsaussieadventure. Yeah, that's it. Fucking oath, brother. That's on. I love that, cuz. And you're right. And Mike Tyson even says, bro, I love the bottom, because that means fucking there's only one other way, cuz once I'm right there, turn around and get the fuck back up. You know what I mean? And
people go, oh, I lost everything. It's like, no, you've got nothing to lose, mate. Like, it's the way you look at it. It's your perspective on life. Everyone gets so caught up in this happened to me. This happened to me. It's like, no, this happened for you. This happened because there's a test. There's a lesson to learn. Every single thing, good or bad, that happens to you throughout your entire life is a lesson. If you don't learn the lesson, the test will come up again and again and again. And the same thing will keep happening until you learn that fucking lesson. And once you learn that lesson, there's going to be another test. It's going to be a different lesson. And the same thing's going to happen. You have to learn that lesson, get over that hurdle, and just fucking get on with life.
Yeah. When did you get this? Have you always had this mentality, or have you developed it recently? Like, when did this Chris King come about?
Honestly, man, ever since I joined the business, in our business, there's a lot of like personal development side of stuff. Ever since I stopped drinking, so within the last year and a half, 2 years, man, really focused on the gym, becoming a healthier, fitter, stronger person. I put podcast in. Like, don't get me wrong, man, I was the complete opposite. I was a fucking shit show. I was a piss wreck. I was a tradie, man, so just eating shit food, never stepped foot inside of a gym, never listened to a podcast, never read a book, never gave a fuck about anything, man. And ever since joining this business and opening my mind to, the other side of the world where things are actually good and you can make money and you can enjoy yourself and you can do the things you love. Life has been completely different, man. And now all I do is preach it. I try and help as many people as I can. I try and give advice to as many people as I can, because one thing I say might completely change someone's life or save someone's life,
Definitely, cuz 100%. Because like even me, like if I heard what that, bro, like I said, I just walked through a little bit of shit this morning, but like, bro, hearing that, cuz fuck, bro, I didn't feel like, don't say that. I felt like, yeah, fucking oath, that's it, brother. Let's get up and go get it. But it's cool that. So how old are you now, brother? How old are you now?
25.
So 25. So we're looking at 23, 24s when you had that paradigm of, so 23 years of your life before that, you had the whole different mentality. So it's cool to see that you're able to flip that, brother. You know what I mean? And because a lot of people, by the time they're that age, they ain't changing no way. You know what I mean? And then it's gonna be the same when they're 30, 40, 50. You know what I mean? 60. So to be able to change that, cuz, and then that's a testimony in itself, brother. To be like, hey, fuck, I was this dude, but I made these decisions and I look at life through a different lens now. Fuck, that's inspiring, brother. And good on you for helping these people in your team or whoever it is. And even the whole saying yes thing, cuz that's a big thing. Do they teach that too? A lot of the inside of the business?
I've learned that over the years, doing what I do, like literally, like it's happened so many times just because I've said yes to go and meet someone or whatever. Like with Larissa, I actually didn't know her until I said yes to go on a hike with someone. And then he mentioned her name. He shared my story on his story. She followed me, and then we connected, done a Zoom call together, this, that, and the other. And it's all because I said yes to go on a hike with someone.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, when you look back, you can go, fuck, I wouldn't have known you if I didn't do this with fucking old mate 2 years ago.
Yeah, there you go, guys. There you go. And were you already in the business by then? Yeah, solid. Where was the first? Is that the first mountain you've done, or you done a few now?
No, I've done a few, man. I do a lot. Recently, I've really picked it up. I've done like the Mount Bogon, which is the highest mountain in Victoria.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool. I've done a lot of little ones, just day trips, just here and there. Like I said, Mount Fuji the other day. It's cool, man.
How long did it take to get up there?
What was it, 6.5 hours? Fucking windy as, man, up the top. Oh, it's crazy. I reckon probably 150k winds.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, cuzzy. That'll nearly blow people over, cuz.
Yeah, it's got a little bit scary for a second there.
Yeah, definitely, brother. What's the view like from up there?
Oh, man, unbelievable. Like, the whole way up, you just... Like when you start it, you still got a good view of everything. And like as you're going up, you're looking at all these other mountains and they're fucking below you, man. Like that's how high you are up. At the top, it's 3.7 Ks high. So like it's a long way up, man. And the views just get better and better. Every time you stop, every time you look back, it's just like, fuck. And then it all opens up, man. And then you get to the top and it's just like, fuck, I just climbed Mount Fuji. It's unreal, man. I love doing that sort of stuff. And I'm not too sure if you've seen it or not, but I also like to do survival missions. So I got a couple of YouTube videos. It's just for fun. 24 hours, man. No food, no shelter, not really any fucking idea on what I'm doing. And just get thrown in the bush, man. Go to the river or go to the beach or whatever and just survive and try and catch food, build a shelter.
Just by yourself?
By myself, man.
Yeah.
It's challenging. It's hard. But it's
Chris Grills, eh? Oh, Chris King Grills.
Pretty much. Haven't drank my piss yet.
Have you drank your own piss yet? Yeah,
no. I don't think I'll do
Is
that.
It on the cards? Nah. Fuck, the views will go through the roof, cuz. Yeah. So where have you done these missions, and how many have you done?
I've done a couple now. I did one up in Cairns, so there was crocs and fucking sharks and everything in the water. I was like walking in the rivers and all that sort of shit, trying to catch mud crabs and all that sort of stuff. And then I done one back at the hometown, just on the Murray River as well, which is pretty cool. I was actually, do you know TikTok Gary?
Yeah, Gaz has been on the podcast.
Yeah. I'm gonna do one with him, man. Me and him are gonna do one together.
Yeah,
we're gonna do it before I came to Japan, but he broke his foot.
Kickboxing.
So we're gonna do it when I get back. Should be
Hope Cartel. Yeah, because that's what I used to TikTok, brother. I was streaming there, push ranking, got like #1 in those rankings last year and stuff. So I know Gaz from TikTok. But yeah, no, cool. So you're still gonna do it, or?
Yeah, I reckon it's fucking freezing in Victoria at the moment, but it just adds to the adventure, you know.
Yeah, I love it, cuz. So where have you been in your little caravan, brother? Where you been around?
Fuck, just about all of Australia, except for I haven't been over to WA in the caravan yet. I flew over there before I came to Japan, but I've done all the East Coast, like all of Victoria, New South Wales coast, all the way up Queensland, done Cape York, done a bit of the inside of Queensland, done SA, went to Thailand for a month, went to Bali for a bit. I've been in Japan for a month now, flew over to WA for a bit. This has all been in the last year and a half, so it's been pretty busy. And I'm
only want to drive WA or one day or
yeah.
But when you do, cuz, you hit me up, cuz, catch up for not a beer, for orange juice or whatever you drink.
Drink whatever.
Or catch up for you drink your piss, I'll drink mine. No, that's all, brother.
I want to, but it's just a bit hard with my daughter at the moment because she's in Victoria. If I go to the other side of the country with the caravan, I don't want to be there for a month. I want to be there for a year, you know.
Yeah. Take her with you. No. Yeah, what was that? Wait, hopefully, cuz, hopefully. Nah, that's all, brother. That's dope. That's a dope perspective that you have. A dope. It's cool just seeing people, even when you're saying this whole thing, brother, and me continuing this journey and like just connecting with people like you, like-minded people that are trying to push forward in life and not letting their upbringings or what they didn't have limit them or stop them from achieving great things, brother, or what they want to. I think it's so cool. It's so cool. I never get sick of these stories because of different people. Like, I hear them every day. You know what I mean? People doing the same thing, which you probably do too. You know what I mean? And it's
everyone's got a story, man. Everyone's got a journey. Everyone's had a different upbringing. Everyone's got a story to tell.
Yeah. But it's cool seeing people who have flipped it. You know what I mean? Who have gone through the shit and then use the shit to catapult into a whole new world, into a whole new life, and use it as fuel instead of instead of using it, taking it as a burden and letting them weigh them down. You know?
Yeah, there's a lot of people, like a lot of my mates and a lot of people I know. They've said to me, like, dude, I don't know how you're dealing with this, like what I'm going through with my daughter and shit. Like, I don't know how you're dealing with it, man. I would crumble. I would fucking break down. I would be back on the piss. I'm like, yeah, but if this happened a year ago or a year and a half ago, I probably would have. But because I've gone through some other shit as well, and because of my mentality and, you know, all the stuff that I listen to and I preach and, you know, just the way I am at the moment, that I embrace it. I've learned to just say, fucking bring it on, man, you know. And when something else happens, I'm not going to be like, fuck, you know. I'm going to be like, fucking good, let's go. Because I know it's on the other side. I know that every single time I can get through it because there's no other option. And I'm going to be okay, you know. What is the worst thing that's going to happen to you if something happens to you? You know what I mean? Like, if you're going through some bullshit, nothing is actually going to happen to you. It's just all in your head. It's just mentality. It's just, you know, you're your own worst critic at the end of the day. You're the one that's telling you that you can't do it. You're the one that's saying, poor me. You're the one that's, you know what I mean? If you tell yourself that you can do it, if you tell yourself that it's going to be okay, if you tell yourself just to fucking get on with it, then that's what's going to happen. But if you tell yourself it's the worst thing in the world, if you tell yourself that, you know, I'm the most fucking poor me the whole time, then that's what it's going to be for yourself.
Yeah, that whole can-do attitude, people laugh at that shit, but serious, it is, you know, fundamental. If you can fundamentally have those principles in your life where you know what I mean? Like, say yes to everything, and just the kind of attitude that you have, because fucking life is Look at you shining, eh? Shining, brother. What's some travel goals for you? You got any? Give me like let's say 5 destinations you'd like to hit in the next 5 years that you haven't been to, and why?
New Zealand. I haven't been to New
Yeah.
Zealand yet.
Oh, you heard of that place? No.
I'd love to go to New Zealand. I see all the clips. I see all the beautiful scenery, man. I want to do the big bungee jump as well. I've done one in Cairns, which is only 50 meters. But yeah, I'd love to go to New Zealand. There's a few places that I want to revisit in Australia, like Cape York. I've been to Tassie when I was younger. I want to go back there, but like proper big destinations. I might go like Switzerland.
Yeah.
Maybe, obviously like Dubai and shit. Everyone wants to go there. I don't know. I'm not really.
You more want to travel around home and see more of your own. Oh, that's pretty cool, brother.
Honestly, man, Australia is one of the best places in the world to visit. Like, it's got the most beautiful things. Like, you can go from the beach to the river to the desert to the snow to the mountains to the fucking wherever. Like, there's so many different varieties, and it's so big. Like, yeah, I've traveled most of Australia, but I've seen fuck all compared to what there is.
Yeah, 100%. Like, even if you lived the whole life doing it, brother, you probably wouldn't see all of it properly. You know what I mean? Like, the truth was, that's how big. I think a lot of people don't realize how huge Australia actually is. Like, people that aren't from Australia, like even Australians probably don't realize how actual big it is, brother. Like, they haven't left their hometown or their state. It's massive.
I flew from one side of Australia to the other, and it took me 4 hours in a plane. Like,
yeah.
When I was in Japan, we flew from Japan to an island, which is called Okinawa, and that was fucking ages away. It was only 2 hours in a plane. It goes to show how big it is, man. Like,
yeah, brother, it's massive. Even WA, cause I was saying this to some American homies. I was like, they were saying like how big Texas is, and then I compared. I was like, now the WA. It's way bigger than Texas. They're like, nah, no way. And then we did like the comparison, and I didn't do miles, I did kilometers, and bro, it was like 5 times the size of Texas. You know, that everything's bigger in Texas. I'm like, because WA is huge. They're like, what the hell? Yeah, cause far out. That's why, and it's pretty much like if you put it over the top of America, people don't realize it's about the same width, like width wise. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's filled in America. It's filled in, and there's heaps of cities in the middle. Like, it's a big sandpit here, but. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, so NT, you got up there in that, brother? Did you say? Or...
No, I haven't done NT yet. Yeah. I haven't been there at all. I haven't crossed the border yet, but I will be one day. I'm not too sure.
One day.
There's so much, man. Like, ever since coming over here to Japan, we had the business event. I was actually here celebrating the 50th year anniversary, and there's thousands, about 8,000 people from all over the world, man, here to celebrate as well. And I'm meeting all these people from all these different parts of the world, and they're like, come here. I'm like, fuck, where do I even start? Like, there's so much to see, man. So many opportunities, so many countries, so many people. And I'm just so grateful, man. So thankful that I joined the business I'm in that allows me to do it. If I was still working a construction job or any job, like, I would hardly have time to fucking scratch my ass, let alone travel the
world. Yeah, definitely, Cuz. You were saying too, brother, podcasts. What have you got us the top 3 podcasts for yourself?
So, the old Joe Rogan, of course. Everyone listens to him. I listen to, Bedros Hooligan. Bedros.
Who did?
He's from America. He runs like Fit Body Boot Camp. He's like a multi-billionaire or whatever. He's a big coach, mindset guru, all that sort of stuff. And then the other one, I don't know. I'm sort of in between a lot.
Yeah,
I love a bit of motivational stuff. I don't just listen to I love fucking I love just the good stuff.
Yeah.
I don't like wasting time, man. I'm very pedantic with my time. I don't watch any TV. I don't follow sports. I don't sit on reels.
You used to follow sports? Well, I don't really sit on reels either, because I just do this and jump off, make them, put them up. That's it, really. Yeah. If it's there when I open my phone, like you were, well, then I'll have a look. You know what I mean? That's about it.
That's about it, man. We're content creators. We're not consumers. So I like to very much be like, if someone says, "Oh, we should watch a game of footy," I'm like, "Nah, I'd rather do this." I don't watch TV at all. Yeah, I used to, but ever since this
team?
personal shift, you know,
Yeah,
I don't waste time, man.
Yeah. Well, who was your footy team growing up?
AFL.
Yeah, or was it AFL? Or
Yeah,
was
yeah.
it?
Oh, Carlton.
I'm guessing. Oh, yeah. But
yeah.
like, you don't care. What if they're in the grand final? Like, you watching that?
Oh,
you don't. You literally don't care, no boy. That's cool. That's cool, brother.
I got my own shit to make. I got my own life to live. You know.
Yeah.
If I don't own the team. I don't know anyone in there. I don't have any shares in it. You know, like
maybe one day.
If it's not making me money, I don't really care. You know.
Yeah, no, fair enough, brother. That's an interesting mentality because you're like, especially growing up in, like in Mildura, that'd be pretty AFL, pretty AFL-y, yeah, to have their mindset, cuz it's pretty on.
Well, you look, man. At the end of the day, you know, if you want to be in the top 1%, you got to do what the other 99% aren't doing.
Yeah, we got to do what their top 1% is doing, and some if you can.
Yeah, they're not watching fucking TV. They're not watching AFL. You know, they're doing shit.
Yeah, or if they are, that's because they've already made it to where they are and they're happy.
Once I make it, I'll
maybe
put my feet up.
Yeah, solid. So, what does make it mean for you then?
Honestly, man, I think so. I did a live before. Someone asked me what my 5-year goal was, and it's the same sort of thing. You know, where do you want to get to? What do you want to achieve? And to be completely honest with you, man, my life is exactly the way I want it to be right now. Like, I'm living an absolute dream lifestyle at the moment. I can wake up wherever, whenever, do whatever I want every single day, have money roll into my bank account from fuck knows where it comes from. Like, obviously, I know like the business, but I don't know the business, like what sales, you know, wake up making, you know, and like, you can't really get any better than that. Like, everybody wants freedom. Everybody wants more time. Everybody wants more money. Once you can wake up where you want, when you want, do what you want, like that's the ticket to life, is it not? Like, if you can fucking do whatever you want every single day and have the funds rolling in to continue doing that, that is when you've made it, you know, in my eyes anyway. And as long as you're the fittest, healthiest, you know, strongest version of yourself, that is true success. You know, like, everybody wants to make $1 million. Yeah, obviously I want to make millions of dollars, but I don't need millions of dollars. All I own to my entire name is my car and my caravan. I don't have a property. I don't have a house. I don't have fucking storage. I don't have nothing, man. I live a simple, minimalistic life of just traveling around, waking up wherever I want. The last month I've been dragging a suitcase around, traveling Japan. I've extended my stay an extra 2 weeks because I can. I'm staying in hostels. I'm staying in Airbnbs. I'm staying in hotels. It doesn't matter. Wherever I want to sleep, wherever I want to go, it's up to me. I've got nobody to tell me I can or can't do anything. And that's a fucking pretty awesome life.
Yes. I'm with you, cuz. That's it. And there you go. Yeah. I was gonna ask you later too. What's your 10-year? What do you look like? What's life look like in 10 years? But you already answered it for me.
Like, it will be obviously. You know, if a house isn't on the cards, I don't want a house. I might get one for an investment property or something like that.
Yeah, but not to live in.
I don't want to, man. Like, with my caravan, I can literally park that thing wherever I want, on the beach, on the river, up in the mountains, wherever, sleep wherever. You know, I've got it so good in the van that why would I want a house? Then I'm stuck. Then I got to buy furniture and pay bills and shit. Fuck that. Like, I travel around debt free, man. I got no expenses. I can just park up and chill out. But obviously, like, over the next few years, I want to expand. I want to get a bigger, better car. Like, I've got a fucking pretty good setup at the moment. Like, a lot of people, what I've got now is a lot of people's dream setup. So obviously you can always do a bit better. I want to get a bigger car. I want to get a better van. And then just keep doing what I'm doing. Like, that's literally it. Make more money, keep traveling, and have a better setup. That's my five-year plan.
And what a 5-year plan it is, cuz. That's it, Kazi. Hey, brother, before we do get out of here, I've got a couple of other quick questions. And if you have anything you want to plug or anything you want to touch on, brother, let me know, cuz otherwise, yeah. Is there anything else? I think the message is pretty strong, cuzzy. If you're going through shit, it's happening for you, not to you. You know, go through it, take it on the chin, you know, and fucking carry on with it. You can either choose to fucking fall and crumble, or just, you know, go forward and use it to to grow. So I think that's a big message. Another one is that, you know, if this is the life you want to live, I can get amongst it. Do they what if they want to join the business? Do they reach out? Just hit you up
Yeah. So
on
just send
Instagram,
us Instagram mainly. You know, have a look, give us a follow. You don't have to message me, but if you are interested in what I actually do or how it all works, I got some videos for you to watch, completely free, of course. No strings attached. You know, if it's for you, jump on board. If not, it's all good. Sit back, relax, enjoy the content. I think I upload some pretty good content, pretty entertaining, pretty funny, pretty spontaneous as well. So yeah, if you think I'm a bit of a vibe, if you think I'm pretty cool, chuck us a follow. If not,
follow them up. Yeah, no, solid, brother. Hey, brother, if you could have one meal for the rest of your life, every day you eat this meal, which one do you choose? What food?
Chicken.
Meal. What? Yeah, but chicken. Like, how do you want that chicken? Like in a specific way, or you don't care?
Chicken palmy from the pub, man. Chips and veggie.
Yeah.
I love it. I've been in Japan for the last month. I haven't had one. I've been craving it.
Oh, so that's you when you touch down, eh? Chicken palmy off to the pub. Let's go. Are you, you know how some people don't drink alcohol, but they drink those 0% beers? Are you that guy or not? Nah? Like, I honestly think, what's the point? Because I only drink beers to get pissed if I'm going to drink them. Yeah. Otherwise,
what's the point?
Yeah, I don't like the taste of beer either. It's like, you know what I mean? Like not if you're not getting pissed. What's the point? No, there you go, brother. Yeah, chicken palmy every day for the rest of your life. Hey, from the pub. What pub? You got a specific one or?
Oh, I don't know. They're normally all pretty good, man.
Yeah.
A lot of pubs. I've been to a lot of pubs. So you can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong. There you go. Are you one chucks a bit of garlic sauce on there too? Have you?
I normally get a bit of gravy on the side.
Oh, a bit of gravy on the side. There you go. Nice. And then what are you going to wash it down with? Obviously not a beer or zero alcohol beer either.
Yes, soft drink, man. Just Coke.
Yeah. Coke. Oh, yeah, solid. There it is. Superpowers, because besides the ones you already possess, if you could choose a superpower or create one, what would you choose and why?
A lot of people say invisibility, but I think there's one better. I think being able to stop time, being able to make everything freeze around you, but you can still use things like cars. You can still open stuff. You can do whatever you want. So the power to stop time, man, would be a very, very beneficial superpower. And like, I could touch you on the shoulder and stop time, and you'd be there with me moving around.
Oh, I said we can move in. Hey, I like this. You're taking the homies with you. Taking the bros with him. There you go. Yeah, not a selfish power either, brother. You're taking the homies with you. Okay. Stop time. So not invisibility, stop time. That's it.
Because you can do what you want, man. You stop time for 2 days. You could drive wherever. You could grab a bit of money. You could do this. You could do that. You could, go wherever. Everything still works the same, but everybody's frozen. Time isn't moving. And, yeah.
Oh, there you go. I don't know. You stop time every time you go through those bloody, what are they called? Those toll things. Yeah. Those rip-off things there. No, I get it, brother. That's on. Give us some advice, brother, for anybody out there that's say they were you 2 years ago.
All right. I guess it's the same as what I've been saying, man.
Yeah.
All right. Now here's some good advice that I heard the other day. So in life, we're faced with problems. And I'll give you a bit of a thing here. So let's just say my phone is the problem. All right. And when we look at a problem, we're normally very fucking close to that problem. And if you're standing there looking at the problem, that's how big the problem is. Mm-hmm. It's fucking massive. The problem is huge. So when these problems come into your life, which they do, what you can do to make sure that you can get through this problem is, instead of standing here looking at the problem going, fucking hell, how am I going to deal with this today? Take a few steps back and look into the future 5 or 10 years. Because the problem today is this big. In 5 or 10 years, it's that big. You know what I mean? It's absolutely tiny. So when things pop up and, shit does happen, and it's the problem, but the problem is for today. So my problem today is I crashed the car and I didn't have insurance. That's today or this week's or this month's problem. In 5 or 10 years, that problem's going to be fucking nothing. So when these problems occur, just think 5 or 10 years ahead of this. It's not going to matter. You're not even going to fucking remember it. And that's basically it, man. When things pop up, when things go wrong, just take a step back, look over the top of it. look at the stuff that you're going to be able to achieve. Look at the places where you're going to be able to go, the people you're going to meet. That problem today is nothing compared to where you're going and what you're going to achieve.
That's it, brother. I just want to say, because time's the most valuable commodity we have as humans. The one thing we can never get back. Time spent is time lost, right? You can always get back money, things, but yeah, time. Cause so thank you for sharing. Well, more than an hour because I was late, and then this whole thing messed up. I don't know what happened, but thank you for giving us your time, cousin, and waiting and still giving me a chance to sit down and have a yarn with your brother. And I hope many people take value from this, like I have for years to come, whoever that listens to this on whatever platform it exists on, my bro. I appreciate you, cuz. And I look forward to having a bit of a chicken palmy with you wherever in Australia, somewhere. You know what I mean?
Make it happen.
We'll make it happen, my brother. Keen as, brother. Big love, big blessings, and safe journey for thing. And all the best with your daughter and all that stuff too.
Thank you, man.
Thank you so much for watching this full episode of Mind the Mic. It takes a lot of time, energy, and effort to create these episodes. So to know that you've watched and listened to the entire thing means the world to myself and all our hosts. If you could, before you leave, please hit the subscribe button and share this episode out to as many people as possible. It would help us so much. Thank you again to everybody that's still here, still watching. Thank you for all your comments, all your shares, all the DMs. Appreciate you all. Make sure you follow us on every platform. Have an awesome morning. Have an awesome night, depending on where you are in the world. Mind the mic out.
Oi, have you hit the link in bio yet?
Watch full episodes on YouTube or listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all streaming platforms.